Morning friends, happy Wednesday, happy birthday to me. I'm about a zillion years old, maybe I need some glasses, and this is probably why I missed this one on Meghan's mood board in her kitchen, all over Instagram, to celebrate her wedding anniversary with Harry. How did I miss this brilliant, beautiful picture of a pregnant Meghan? I will never know, but many thanks to Deranger's Nightmare over on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, for saving my bacon and giving us a second chance to look at how great she looks. In the year, literally, where the British non-working taxpayer-funded royal family have achieved absolutely zero, it's only May. Meghan and Harry continue to smash the international press, shining a light on the things that we should all be talking about, but more importantly for them, enjoying their own life. I'm so glad they escaped. This is their future. If they do nothing else for the rest of mankind, for the rest of their lives, they will still be absolute legends. I'm going to have an easy day today. I hope you've got a great day planned. Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think. Morning friends, happy Tuesday. Meghan shares her memory board in her kitchen on Instagram. It goes around the world globally. Everyone wants to join her celebrating her wedding anniversary with Harry. And this is the best that the Palace Mafia PR hit machine can come up with. Absolutely incredible. So, let's get to the point. Meghan Markle stood back from royal duties. We've got a comparison with Kate coming up in that year, whilst working as an unpaid guest editor of notorious Vogue issue, according to a royal expert. We're a bit tired of hearing from these royal experts, aren't we? But let's carry on. Let's have some patience and let's carry on. It was a notorious issue because it was the fastest selling Vogue edition in 104 years. Because the Meghan effect is that big. And let's just get to the number of work engagements, Kate, Meghan, in that year. So Meghan was basically producing this Vogue magazine for 7 months. Obviously, that took quite a lot of time out of her working schedule. She did 22 engagements in that year. Kate did 24. Kate did 2 more, despite not being unavailable for 7 months because she wasn't editing the Vogue cover like Meghan was. And that says it all, right? This was 2019, by the way, yeah? Am I right on that one? Pew. Meghan and Harry are going from strength to strength. Their brand is going to be absolutely iconic. And in those 7 years, even if they did nothing else from today onwards, the history books will show the type of people that they are and how hard they worked for other people, not themselves. I don't think the non-working, taxpayer-funded royal family can say that, can they? Comments are open as ever. I'm going to shut up now. Let me know what you think. Morning friends, happy Tuesday, and I hope you loved all this stuff just as much as I did. 7 years of memories and a lifetime of stories. And honestly, whatever happens from now, these two, Meghan and Harry, are going to go down in history as an iconic couple that forged their own way in life and just achieved some amazing things. Even in that 7 years, they've achieved more than other members of a certain family have in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying. The joy around this stuff is immense. But I'll just tell you what, not that we're ending on a low, I'll tell you who didn't love this stuff. Daily Mail, various puff pieces on how brilliant Charles is, how Camilla's been a great person providing support to her niece, how Thomas Kingston's wife thinks Kate's amazing because of blah, blah, blah. All those stories fell off the top Daily Mail stories, top 50 Daily Mail stories in seconds because no one was interested. The Daily Mail just had to get something out, probably following a call from the palace. You cannot compete with this. And, you know, we all knew that Meghan, when she walked into the royal family, she was different. We all knew she brought new skills, a new vision, a different way of living, a different personality, an emotionally driven life. We all knew that. The royal family could not cope with it. And instead of embracing it and bringing this into their business, into their establishment, they pushed her and her and Harry away. What an absolutely huge mistake, because there's no way that any global couple can get this sort of world frenzy going just through living their life. It's absolutely nuts. Anyway, enough of my waffle. Have a brilliant Tuesday. Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think.
Welcome to the Deck Dive. Today we're taking a look at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, specifically their 7-year marriage.
Yeah, it's a fascinating subject.
It is. And we want to try and get past, the usual tabloid stuff for a moment. We've been digging into some analysis that puts their relationship in, the context of royal history.
And also explores what their departure might really mean for the monarchy itself.
Exactly. So our mission here in this deep dive is to really try and understand the strength of their bond. How does it stack up against other royal marriages? And what does their journey tell us about where the British monarchy might be heading?
Well, the first thing that really jumps out is just how unconventional their union was from the start. It challenged the standard royal marriage blueprint.
That 2018 wedding, yeah.
It wasn't just a ceremony, was it? It brought Meghan into the fold, an American, biracial, successful actress, very involved in humanitarian work. I mean, on paper,
his stepmother, then he has a wife who is completely and continually trashed by the media, including your good self, if I may say, when in fact she was on a world stage doing a lot of good for a lot of people before she met this guy. And I am just sick to death of the bashing that this woman gets. Everybody's happy to say the bashing that the other royal family members get. Hardly any of you mention Andrew.
However, if being a royal is so terrible that it's fine for them to slag off the royal family, why don't they just leave? Why don't they renounce their titles? Why does she insist on being a duchess still? Why does he insist on still being a duke? And I'll tell you why I think the answer to that is, and then I'll let you respond. It's because they know they need to be relevant and royal enough to be able to monetize
Do you honestly think that they would go away? Do you honestly think that they would disappear from view if they just became... For a start, we refer to them mostly as Harry and Meghan Markle. So we don't talk on this show and go, the Duchess of whatever, what is she? The Duchess of
Sussex.
There you go. Couldn't even remember. The Duchess of Sussex and the Duke of Sussex. We don't even refer to them as that. So it's actually irrelevant if they are called us. I don't think it would be the end of their lives if they didn't have them, but they have them so they can
use them. But it damages the crown.
Remember as well, can we talk about how much work? Why do we never talk? Why do we never go and interview the veterans, the people who participate and are involved in the Invictus Games, of which Harry has changed the lives of so many people, supported by Meghan? Why don't we talk about some of the amazing causes that Meghan does on a daily basis for the United Nations and other great big corporations around the world?
You know, Denise, you have been, and I say this with love, round the block enough times to know that if they are slagging off the royal family, that's always going to be...
Oh my God, Christo, listen to me. They're not slagging off the royal family. Right, for a start, why is the royal family... I love the royal family. I'm a great royalist, but you've got to remember, they know a lot about why they left that we are not privy to, that they can't talk about, because believe you me, I am sure that if they really wanted to slag off the royal family, and you know what I'm talking about, Christo, if they really wanted to slag off the royal family, they would slag off the royal family, right? There are a lot of sitting ducks there that they could take out.
But is it fair they make money out of okay, maybe not to the extent that they could.
They're not making money out of it.
Of course they are. Do you think Netflix would give them £100 million if they didn't know they were going to get dirt on the royal family and they didn't have their titles? Harry's got a book coming out, 2 books.
We're picking out this dirt on the royal family, going through a whole article she wrote, and picking out one little line where she said Harry lost his father.
No, there's more than one line I can give you in that article that I've got a problem with. She also goes on to say that she doesn't talk about, doesn't ever read the press, but then also gives interviews saying how terrible the press is about her.
To be honest, you'd have to live in a bunker. You'd have to live in a mountainside bunker and be Meghan Markle, whether or not you read the press. I'll tell you what, Christo, I don't know if it's happened to you or not, but it's certainly happened to me in a very tiny, minor, minuscule, unimportant way. But many times over my life, I've courted controversy, some not deserved, some completely deserved. in my drinking days. When you are the centre of a press storm, you think that everybody in the whole world, it's a minority of people who are on that journey with you, for good or bad. But it's the most horrible, horrible time when you are at the centre of a press storm and everybody hates you, even if it's deserved. It's horrendous. But that storm blows over and life goes on, and But she has that every single day with this country. And if you look back, right? If you look back, I know you say that you love Meghan and all of this stuff, and other people.
I do.
Absolutely, Christo. Listen, I've known you a long time. I know that you did, and I appreciate your points. But the fact is that if you look back over the way that, for example, when the pregnancies were happening, the way that if Kate Middleton touched her bump, she was cradling her precious child. When Meghan cradled her bump, she was doing it for attention because she spotted the cameras on her. Now that is a fact.
If you're saying to me that do I think everything that's ever been written about her was fair, absolutely not. But also Sarah Ferguson, Kate Middleton herself, Dawes Manuel was her nickname. Many of the royal women, rightly or wrongly, have received bad press, but Meghan is the only one that has gone on the record repeatedly to say how terrible it is. Firstly, secondly, I'll give you another line. I'll give you another line from this article that I think that is dishonest. She says that if she lived in the UK, she wouldn't be able to pick her children up from school because of the royal press corps, which apparently also used the N-word about her. Well, firstly, no royal article ever used the N-word about her, number one. And secondly, William and Kate pick up their children from school constantly, and there is an understanding between the royal press and them that they can do that. But still, she's not telling the truth.
William and Kate pick up their children from school, and if there's any press about it, which sometimes there is, it's look at the joyous occasion of a normal...
No, they have released the pictures because they have chosen to release the pictures, so she's talking rubbish.
Picking up their beautiful children from school. If Meghan Markle did, it would be, look at her, craving attention, going to the school gate. The girl cannot do anything right, no matter what she does. And the amount of attention on finding out her lies is an utter disgrace.
I thought still works, so they came in directly to say that's an area government needs to step in, that's where nationalisation needs to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, forget it. Fine. Just carry on.
And so, look, there's
rest of it, and I have to say, my personal opinion, I think yes, they did intend to at least seriously injure or kill her. And it's not just about the fact that, was she pregnant, wasn't she? We'll never know because they embalmed her against all French law so quickly. And all the other speculative things you see in the press. It's also the fact that it was reported that she was being a great success in the landmine campaign that she was running. Yes. But also she was about to go into campaigning on the behalf of the Palestinians. Now, you can imagine someone of Princess Diana's profile doing that. They would not have tolerated it. They could not have dealt with that. So I think that's why she was taken out.
And the desire to do it well, but you're really enjoying it, that whole thing. OK, let's get back to your calls on Meghan, because they are flowing in thick and fast. Do you think the Duchess is oversharing on social media, particularly as they've called, as the Sussexes, for privacy? Let's talk to Anne in Nottinghamshire about this. Anne, how are you feeling about this one? Thanks for ringing.
I think that I'm getting tired of poor Harry and Meghan being criticised for everything. That's what I think. I think it was to celebrate their 7 years together, and they're always being criticised. I remember when Meghan was holding her bump, she was criticised for doing that, but Kate held her bump, and in fact Harry was criticised for the book, but in fact his father did Dimbleby. The Duchess of York did everything to advertise her royalness. And in fact, everything is done towards Meghan. I think it's appalling. They said that she was bullying people in the royal household, but everybody knows in the royal household that the king actually throws things at stuff when he gets angry. On the Duke of York.
I'll check that with Emily. Does the king throw things at stuff when he gets angry? Anne?
You are not wrong. And actually, I agree with you on Harry and Meghan. I think there's definitely, we've come to a position in the British press, of which I am part, I would admit, that nothing they can do is ever right. They can't say or do anything right. And you are right, the King in the past, as Prince of Wales, and indeed still as King, does have a temper, as does William, as does Harry. And things have been thrown. The bullying thing, I'm afraid, that's slightly different. I mean, I've spoken to a number of people who were terrified of Meghan. But you are absolutely right to point out that there is a bit of hypocrisy with Harry and Meghan can never do anything.
And somehow different rules apply. Yes. And thanks so much for the call. Excellent point. Let's go to Steph.
Morning, friends. Happy Monday. How are you doing? Revealed why Meghan Markle and Vogue editor Edward somebody fell out. Well, the Daily Mail are really scraping the bottom of the barrel with this article. Not many facts, lots of words, not saying a lot. Let me give you a little précis, that's a brilliant word, isn't it? I use it a lot at work, of the article, so you don't have to waste your time reading it yourself. Vogue and Meghan agreed to do some major coverage about Meghan and Harry's charity work, including Invictus, but more focusing on non-Invictus stuff. Journalists were booked, photos were taken. Meghan requested that there would be some reference to this inside content on the cover. Edward said, we've already got a cover booked for this month, can't do it. Should we do it next month? And apparently that was it. Apparently, Meghan, international actor, multiple prolific investor in other startups, had a disagree with somebody about not having the cover one month, but being offered it the next month. It just doesn't add up. If you are a prolific backer of charities, women, if you use your life to shine the light on the things that we should be talking about as humanity, if you do all the things that Meghan does, you would not fall out with somebody about a 1 month delay on content and a cover. It just does not make sense, particularly after all the work that's gone into creating that content and talking about the things that the world needs to talk about. Going back to my earlier point. I'm going to shut up now. The article is factless. I don't think it's actually true. It's a hit piece for the anniversary. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Have a wonderful day.
I chose this picture as my background because I knew it would irritate some people. But this comment, like, you guys really think that we're dumb. And I love the attempt to gaslight us because you and I both know that it is literally the other way around. And this proves to me how you guys project. Your projection is your confession. You know good and well that Meghan and Harry have been criticized for posting their children, for posting their house, for doing this, for doing that. Oh, I thought they wanted privacy. Like, you guys come up with like the wildest conspiracy theories, twist things up to fit your narrative of being a hateful person. And then you're like, oh, well, if William and Kate do it, the double standard. Really? Like, come on. Come on. I've seen you in my comment sections for, I don't know, at least 2 weeks now, I would say. And I've just let your little comments slide for the most part. But yeah, you're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling me, and you're not fooling the people that actually like Meghan and Harry, because we can see past the facade of being a hypocrite. That's being hypocritical. And you're not gaslighting anyone. You certainly aren't gaslighting us, honey. We're like 10 steps ahead of you. Some of you guys don't even realize that we're actually trolling you. So yeah, nice try with this comment. That makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this picture of them on their 7th anniversary. I know you're haters. We're hoping that they wouldn't make it this far, but here is for a wonderful, beautiful, prosperous marriage to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Have a good day. Bye.
Hello, my people. Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome, and my returning subscribers, y'all know I love you. Did y'all read the article that I posted on there about a queen escort mumbles and bullying preventing Charlie Boy from seeing his Royal Highness the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. Well, that's not really news to me though, because I knew from the beginning, those people actually did tell that dude, if you want to meet with your son, guess what? We're going to be big enemies, because he went and exposed us. It can't happen. We do not want you to talk to him. And I believe that's what is also happening. But Charlie boy needs to know he's the king. And he's the father to that kid. It's not the prostitute, the home wrecker, the queen escort. She did not give birth to that kid. She came in there. I don't know if she has children with Charlie boy. She might have had children with somebody else, because her skirts and everything were just kind of like open for everybody. I don't know. Damn. That woman, every time I see that woman, it just bothers me so much. But you know, I wasn't born yesterday. I know when I have a man myself, if I do not want them to do something, I tell them don't do that. But I wouldn't stop any man from talking to their children. I wouldn't break families like that. That's terrible. That's very traumatic. You had your father, you had your mother, who apparently probably also descended from one of them kings, because you are a legitimate kid, your mother's illegitimate, everybody in your damn family is illegitimate, because you came from home wreckers, from escort ladies. You know, I wonder if your mother really told you who your real father is, because it doesn't look like y'all guys respect your skirts. It doesn't look like that's the people you descended from. Wicked stepmother, but I believe the truth. And you know, sometimes when those guys, they already became temperance at some point in time, you know. When you were once tempered, you just gonna remain in tempered, and that's what's probably happening. And you know that Bullion guy is really evil. That kid is so evil. Like, you can look at him. When he used to have Holy Spirit back in the day, and then he turned into a full-blown devil, and he looks like one. And I tell you, I can smell him from the camera. That guy is a bad news devil. And right now here, they started bathing him in those mysteries, dressing him up in all weird guns and all those, you know, all those rituals. Those rituals do change people to abnormal, some kind of creatures. You saw his father used to look a little bit normal. A little bit. When he was marrying the queen of people's hearts. He kind of looked a little bit normal, and then he changed. He got all those hip. He just, damn, he started looking like a bad news. I tell you about that. You know? Those people, they are weird. They're taking you into rituals and going to bathe you. They're bathing you, I don't know, with whatever they're bathing you with, bodily fluid and all those stuff, and they make you drink some kind of weird stuff. I'm telling you, these people are twisted. That's why Bullion changed. He's no longer that kid that the queen of people's heart gave birth to. He is his father's son, washed into dirt, washed into evilness, and that's why he is a devil worshiper. He is a terrible something, and he's inheriting all this the devilship. That's what is bestowed upon him. He ain't no normal kid no more. That's why he looks like a devil. That kid used to be really handsome. Where did the beauty go? In Westminster Abbey, I tell you that. He ain't no normal no more. But I do not believe that Mambo's has anything to say. I know that Mambo's side is she just hates Prince Harry so much, and because Prince Harry couldn't marry her terrible looking sister. You know? I don't know why y'all guys thought that sister kind of really looked good and during that wedding. I don't know wherever y'all guys be. I don't know what you guys call beauty. That beauty standard doesn't click in my brain. You know? Because I don't see anything beautiful in that paper. That y'all guys wanted Prince Harry to marry. That is terrible. And how normal is that? Damn, are these people like having road rage? Are they trying to fight? This is terrible. Let me try to film this thing if I can get it. If I can get it to turn my camera. Wow. 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 Did y'all see this lady? She want to go fight with that lady that she did. What? This road rage in the morning? Why do you want to ruin your life? And there are women. Women want to ruin their lives. Isn't that messed up? Ladies, don't fight. Oh, Jesus Christ. That entitlement ain't gonna really help you damn stupid lives. That's so sad. What are y'all guys teaching the young people out here? Oh, gosh. That privilege of y'all is just damn. I'm glad I ain't got none of those privileges because damn, I'm so happy. Without that privilege, I got my damn privilege from the Lord. I ain't gonna deal with all your nonsense of y'all guys. I'm good. I ain't gonna be sitting down there start fighting people on the road. It's too early to start fighting with people. Oh gosh. Terrible. Yeah. His Royal Highness Prince Harry, I'm just so sad you were born into that family. Your daddy destroyed everything. And till right now here, that homewrecker is doing what she continues to do, what she does best. What she came there to do. And she succeeded. Just keep it cool. You were blessed. You have all of us out here supporting you with your wonderful family. We love you. And the Sussex Squad, I love y'all guys. Please go subscribe to all the Sussex friendly channels. I'm going to talk to y'all guys again tomorrow. Let me try to focus on this road because it doesn't look like all these good drivers are here driving. They are bad news drivers. So I need to focus. Okay? Please subscribe to Isabella Back's channel. Go to my brother Baron's channel and bless the brother. Go to all the other success friendly channels. Let's get all the sisters and brothers to 10,000 subscribers. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.